UPDF has an engineers unit in each of the army divisions across the country with the capacity to undertake any major government contracts in the country.
Code base against Alfred, and I work with the district health office Kabale, and we're very grateful for the government of Uganda for allocating us resources to construct twin staff houses at Maziba Center 4. Maziba Center 4, since it was upgraded, had no staff accommodation, only the medical office and the 2 health workers were accommodated at the site, and yet we had over 30 health workers. Most of them would travel longer distances to come and work, and this would impact on their performance, because at times they would come late and they go early because they are traveling longer distances, and this would affect service delivery. So when we got some money, about 670 million, we prioritized staff accommodation. That's why we are constructing 4 units that will accommodate 8 staffs. There are 4 twin houses, and we are grateful for UPDF because at least the cost was slightly lower compared to our contractors. If these units were being constructed by a contractor, then the cost would be slightly very high. And since they started the work, we've seen a very great progress in the works, and they are giving us quality work for the observation we have made since they started. And we're sure once they are completed, our staff will get where to sleep, and they offer services to our patients timely, because they'll be sleeping, residing at health facility.
So I want to thank the leadership of UPDF, led by Fund CDF, General Mhozkene Rugaba, for accepting to give us this additional number of personnel that we require. And specifically, these 1,000 people are artisans. We want somebody with a certificate. We want hands-on people, from a junior certificate to advanced certificate. And for us, again, we were very lucky, because when I was making a presentation, I said, look here, for us, we don't mind about the age limit of 23. For us, they extended our age limit to 28. So all Ugandans out there who are between the age of 18 to 28 and have a certificate in any of the disciplines I mentioned: masonry, carpentry, fabrication, painting, mechanics, and then operators. Those ones can apply, and then the recruitment process is on. We shall take them on. But they must be hands-on. We are not interested in the certificates, we are interested in the skill.
The brigade is vital to the country's growth since it engages in a range of initiatives, including building projects, combat and civil military cooperation.
My name is Captain Yunus Ntegeka. I'm the commanding officer of 111 General Construction Regiment, as well as the project engineer of MDA Kabale District Local Government Projects. In Kabale, we are having 7 sites right now, all concurrently moving together. We have finished some. 7 sites we are building 2 blocks at Rwaya Health Center 4. We are building 4 blocks here. This is Maziba, 2-in-1, 4 blocks with their toilets. Each block has 2 stands pit latrine. We are constructing Health Center 2 at Nyanja, Health Center 2 OPD at Nyanja, Health Center 2 OPD at Muyumbu. We have renovated Rusichizi Health Center 2 OPD completed. We have repaired and renovated Health Center 2 OPD at Rusichizi completed. Also at Chansano also completed. So as you have seen now, we are completing when final stages of these 2 sites. This one on the Maziba, which we are intending to complete by end of this June and hand over by end of this June, since we are in the final stages, as you have seen. This is a unique site. Kabale all are unique, but Maziba is a unique site. As you have seen, the other bridge, a heavy truck can't cross. We would bring sand, stone dust, blocks, and we offload from that bridge. From that bridge, we get these small vehicles of 3 tons. We reload and deliver here. When we are starting here, as you have seen, the other bridge, a dozer can't cross. This is a terrain we have built on a terrace. So all this you have seen, this we had to cut manually because we couldn't bring machines, nowhere to pass. You cut all this volume manually to level to find a space to build. That's why I'm calling it a unique site. As you cut down, it starts falling. You have to first stabilize that falling part by putting hardcore. Those hardcores are not in the BOQs. On the top of hardcore, you put another beam, ground beam down on top of the hardcore. Then you start building. Then that's when you come up with again the ground beam of the building. Then you reinforce the slab with BRC, then you construct normally.
Currently, the UPDF Engineers Brigade has 3,624 engineers who are carrying out 327 projects in the entire country.
I'm called the engineer Turinawe Bagamuhunda. I'm the district engineer, Kabale District Local Government, and I have been supervising this project, which is construction of staff houses at Maziba Health Center 4. And the scope of work has been to construct the 4 twin staff houses at this health center for Maziba. And the works have been done by the Uganda People's Defense Forces Engineering Brigade. And we are really very happy for the progress so far achieved. As you can see for yourselves, the final touches of finishing are already going on. The constructions we did them using the concrete blocks, and then the roofing was also done using steel, as you can see. And the floor has been put with terrazzo. And now, as you can see, the final touches of finishing are going on. So we are happy with the quality of work that has been done by the engineering brigade. And the infrastructure at this health center was lacking. As you can see, the status of the health center 4, we used to have challenges of staff accommodation. But now with this arrangement, with this infrastructure, the staff are going to be accommodated here, and these houses are going to accommodate at least 8 families, because they are 4 staff houses which are twin. So at least they will accommodate 8 families, and that will be an achievement. So that means the doctors and the health center staff will be accommodated here, and that will lead to improvement in service delivery.
The brigade is commanded by Colonel Engineer Tukamachira Godfrey, who replaced Brigadier General Besje Benkunda, who was elevated to the position of Chief Joint Staff Engineers.
Now, so far we are carrying out 327 projects in the entire country. And there seems to be a notion that the capacity of Engineers Brigade is not enough to take over all the construction projects in the country. But like I've always said, Engineers Brigade currently we are 3,624. And of which you have engineers of different disciplines, you have technologists, technicians, and artisans.
The only challenge we thought it would be complete by this time, but there was some delays because of the terrain and times rains that affect transportation of materials. Nevertheless, we hope that before this month's end, we'll have completed, and our staff will be able to utilize these units starting with next month, and will offer the services to our patients effectively. I think that is.
You're happy with the top leadership of UPDF, to support what you've seen?
So our appeal to UPDF leadership is now to quicken the completion so that we can have these units before this month ends. Otherwise, the works are going on very well, and we are very grateful for their work.
These buildings, they are standard. They have columns, they have ground beam, ring beam. We constructed it following the descriptions by means of health. All these are solid concrete blocks, roofed with the steel members, with 26 gauge iron sheets. So these are standard buildings which will last longer and longer. The challenges we have found, they are not, we are not crying. That's what makes us stronger, by meeting challenges and solve them. It was harsh condition of Kabale. Throughout the project duration, it has been raining. At times it rains the whole week. As you mix, after 2 hours, rain comes in. It rains till evening. You have to cover that sand. So those are challenges which we couldn't control. But otherwise, we are completing, and you have mastered the terrain, and that's what makes us, as UPDF, tick. We don't involve ourselves in disputes. We mind about our discipline, and as you have seen, there's not any indiscipline cases around. We interact with civilians. Also, we have given some workers jobs, like 30 to 40%. It is local content. We hire local boys from within the area, and we pay them Mukamane every weekend or every after 2 weeks. When we are paying, we pay and they sign. So not only UPDF, but we have worked even with the local population. They have also gained. Yeah. I would recommend and request the district, as they are documenting, before they submit to us, we will document together. For example, on this site, very many things were not considered in preliminaries. And when you don't cater for preliminaries, you don't have a building. Like this volume, what we have cut, when you check, preliminaries are less. And this is the BOQ already done. And they have already earmarked the funding. And we have already communicated that one before they commit it. Since we are already in the area, we can do it together before they come up with the proper BOQs. Because when we are involved area in documentation, it saves a lot. Yeah. Then secondly, like Kabale, you give a contract of 6 months. 6 months is small. The period is short compared to the scattered projects. Because as you see from here to Muyumbu, to Rubaya, it is over 80 kilometers. Because from Kabale to Katuna 25, Katuna to Rubaya 25, that is 50. From here to Kabale town, it is at 8. That is 88 kilometers from here to. They will do, if it is the same contract, they will do, say, this period we are working in this sector. In next financial year, they tackle another sector. Then scattering all over the district, you give it a period of 6 months, so it stresses, but we have tried to manage it. But if they could improve, they would be getting a sector per sector, area per area.
I'm Siwe Godfrey, my medical officer here. On behalf of Maziba Health Center 4, I would like to extend our sincere thanks to the district members, our district leaders, our implementers, for addressing one of our challenges, which was accommodation. Yeah, and I'm absolutely sure that with the development of this infrastructure, it is going to improve a lot in as far as service delivery is concerned. Because you realize that in the past we are almost over 50% of our staff were residing outside the facility premises. And this was bringing a lot of patient waiting hours to the facility. But now, with the introduction of these new infrastructures, this accommodation, once all the staff, I'm quite sure that the majority of the staffs are now going to reside in. So this will enable us start our work in time as a chain when we are all available, and we give our service in time, and it will help us to achieve our quality work as far as service delivery is concerned.
Colonel Engineer Tukamwachira Godfrey believes that the brigade has the capacity to execute government construction projects in a timely manner because of the experience and expertise of UPDF engineers.
Now, when we got these projects, the leadership is aware of this big challenge of the projects we are having. So the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs and the UPDF has again given us 1,000 slots. So on top of the other number, 3,624, we have been given 1,000 slots. These 1,000 slots are to reinforce the human capacity. And out of those, we shall need 700 masons, 100 specialized fabricators, 50 carpenters, 30 electricians. We also want people who operate heavy equipment, because remember we acquired equipment, so we want operators of those equipment, and we need 20 of them. We also need mechanics. Those will be helping us to work on the equipment, to maintain the equipment, and those ones we need 30 of them. So in total, I want to thank the CDF, the Chief of Joint Staff, because you can imagine we put in our requisition late when already the recruitment was ongoing, but they accepted our request and even had to extend the recruitment duration. So I want to thank the leadership of UPDF, led by Fund CDF, General Rugaba, for accepting to give us this additional number of personnel that we require. And specifically, these 1,000 people are artisans. We want somebody with a certificate. We want hands-on people, from a junior certificate to advanced certificate. And for us again, we were very lucky because when I was making a presentation, I said, look here, for us, we don't mind about the age limit of 23. For us, they extended our age limit to 28. So all Ugandans out there who are between the age of 18 to 28 and have a certificate in any of the disciplines I mentioned: masonry, carpentry, fabrication, painting, mechanics, and then operators. Those ones can apply, and then the recruitment process is on. We shall take them on. But they must be hands-on. We are not interested in the certificates, we are interested in the skill.
Then also the other challenge was about the bridge at Maziba, where the big trucks with materials could not cross. So we had to offload the materials across the bridge and then bring them here using the small tipper trucks. So also that one caused some delays, but overall we have achieved the scope of work we have been having. Then also the other issue where I want to commend the UPDF was about when you look at the terrain of our area here, there were a lot of works which had not been anticipated when we were to do excavations. Some extra works had to be incurred, and the UPDF has not charged us more extra funds. If it was a contractor, we would have incurred a lot of costs. But with the UPDF, they have crossed the one eye and they have been able to do some of these extra works that come on board as the constructions go on. So we would like also to commend them for that arrangement. Otherwise, we are very happy as a district with the works being done by the UPDF, and we hope to continue the cooperation.
No, there are challenges, of course, when you are beginning a project. Like if you look at those remote areas, normally the transport is a challenge. Accessibility to the site has been a challenge. You find a big and heavy truck cannot access the site, so you have to get a big vehicle, bring materials, put them somewhere, and then you get a smaller vehicle, pick them and take them to the site. But however, that one, now with the equipment we have been able, we keep on opening up some roads near the site, those ones which are near the site, so that we will overcome the challenge. Is mindset change. Ugandans, we need total mindset change. Because as we talk, we find there are people who are comfortable working with foreign construction companies. They feel much okay working with foreign construction companies other than working with their own engineers brigade, NEC, and any other. And this one is a very big challenge. I think we need to tackle it, of course, as government, but even us at our level, when we're engaging the leaders at the local level and any other place where we meet, we tend to take them through to love their country, to know that this is their country. If the money is saved, it stays in Uganda, it doesn't go anywhere. If these jobs are done by Ugandans and they earn something, it is helping the Ugandans. So mindset change. Find somebody is a Ugandan, the body is Ugandan, but the spirit is not Ugandan. Somebody would feels comfortable if a project is done by a foreign company and is really very busy pushing for it. So the challenge now we have as a country is mindset change. The other challenge which we are faced and we are working on tirelessly is corruption. In Engineers Brigade, we are tackling corruption from an angle of producing quality work. The moment you produce quality work, it means money has been used in its rightful manner. You have not lost money through bribing anybody because you did poor quality work. You have not bought substandard materials, and so there you fight corruption. And so that one, it is something we are pushing on, and we want everybody to be involved. I've always been telling people everywhere you go, make sure that the materials which are delivered to the site are quality materials. Because you can say, bring this kind of material, and somebody is trying to look for another alternative of the other material you want, because he wants a cut of, say, maybe 20,000. If the other one is 40, he wants to bring something of 20 so that he saves the 20. So we are tackling it from an angle of producing quality work, using quality materials, using quality personnel, and once we continue engaging everybody, and then this issue of corruption will be put to rest. We need to save money, and then we realize the middle income status. His Excellency said that we are in the middle income status, but on the lower edge, that on the bottom of the middle status. So we need to come now to the top. And how to come to the top is save money, and then we use it within other economy sectors. And so I want to appreciate everybody and thank the Ministry of Defense, thank the UPDF, led by Afande CDF, thank Engineers Brigade team, and thank the site engineers and the execution teams on ground. They have been very good so far. If they maintain this, then we shall achieve anything that is achievable. The sky is no longer the limit.
UGANDA